All right, guys, happy Saturday. I am coming to you with a fun Dollar Tree DIY challenge that has a sunflower theme. So let's get started. So I have this little like window frame, or I guess that's I would call it, a window frame that I got at a Goodwill or thrift store. And then I've got these popsicle sticks that I cut to fit the bottom part of the frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little planter box for the window frame that fits these cute little terracotta pots that I also got at a thrift store. And these are just regular popsicle sticks that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to hot glue them onto the window frame. And once I'm done hot gluing them on there, um, I'm going to paint the whole thing. This hot glue gun, again, I still haven't gotten a new one yet, so it gives me such a hard time. So bear with me as I try to put glue on this thing. It works, it doesn't work, so bear with me. I tried to edit out as much as I could, but anyway, so here we go. So I went ahead and I put these pieces on there, made a cute little planter box on there. And this piece, I tried cleaning it off and it just had like these little dull spots on it, so that's why it kind of looks the way that it does, but I'm going to paint it so it doesn't matter. So for today's challenge, like I said, it is a sunflower theme, and it is hosted by Brittany Allen Crafts and actually Alli DIY. And these ladies have some awesome channels, so definitely check them out. Let them know that I sent you, and I'm going to include their information in my description box along with the playlist for the challenge. So be sure to check that out. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone. So, excuse me. So for so what I did was I measured it out, trying to make sure that, the little pots fit in there. Then I realized, okay, it's going to topple over. So I went ahead, they're going to fall out. So I went ahead and grabbed another popsicle stick and I just cut it to fit just across the bottom. It's not going to cover the whole, like the whole area, just enough so that the little pots don't fall through. And yeah, so I just chopped off another little piece and I hot glued that onto the bottom, and it worked fine. It doesn't require a whole lot of hot glue because little pots aren't really that heavy because they're so tiny. And I was just so happy to find those little pots at the thrift store, and I've had them for a while. I've actually had all these little pieces for a while and just hadn't come up with an idea for them. And then this challenge came up and I was down in my little craft room looking for stuff and it just came to me. So I went ahead, I hot glued that piece on there, cleaned up all the glue strings from all over the place, and it was the perfect size. It fit perfectly. So I'm just going to use my DIY chalk paint, and I only got a little bit left in there, but it was just enough to cover this whole thing, and I just gave it a couple of coats just to cover it up. And it wasn't perfect, and I didn't care because, it's a window, so it's outside. So while that's drying, excuse me, I got these little sunflowers from the Dollar Tree, and these are the bigger size. I got this plastic craft jar from the Crafter's Square that I got a while ago, and this little frame pane with chicken wire on the back from Dollar General. So I unwound all the little sunflowers because they have like the little wire cable in the back, and I just took those all apart and I arranged them on this little frame the way that I wanted them. And I was going to glue them, but I decided to just kind of use the little wire. And at first I was going to put them all into the jar, but then I just didn't like the way that looked. So I went ahead and I just arranged them how I wanted them to be. And I pushed the little wire pieces through the chicken wire and twisted them in the back so that it held on. And, it just took me a couple times to try and arrange them the way that I wanted to make sure that they looked like they were in the jar, because I obviously wasn't putting them into the jar. And once I had them where I wanted them, like I said, I just pulled the little wire pieces through and um, twisted them all up together, and that was it. I thought they would stay like that, but they wouldn't. That's why I had to twist them all together. But this was really easy, nothing major. Like I said, I was gonna hot glue them, but I figured this was easier, and that way if I want to use them for something else, all I have to do is take the little wire piece off and use them for something else. So that was really, and it came out so cute. This is probably, I think this is my favorite piece out of the three that I made. Yeah, I think this is my favorite just because it's just so cute. I thought, and I love mason jars, and yeah, I think this is my favorite. So I took the mason jar and I took some of this wire jute twine from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut a piece out and I used it to hold the jar in place. Again, I was going to put some hot glue on here, but I figured if I ever wanted to use it again, I didn't want to have to pull all that hot glue off of it. So I just took the wire jute twine and I stuck it through the chicken wire on both sides and just tied it in a knot in the back. And that's how it held up. And because it's plastic, it held together perfectly, and no extra glue or anything was needed because, like I said, it's so light. And once it's all put together, I mean, you can actually put stuff in the jar too, if you wanted to put some cute little rocks in there, or anything. You could throw some little decorative pieces in there if you wanted to, but I liked it just like that. It was cute and clean, and it's just perfect. It's so adorable to me. So I've had these stickers. I found these stickers at the Dollar Tree, and I thought this one would fit down there perfect. It says, I forgot what it says. Today is the day, I think, or something like that. And I just put it down there to kind of add a little bit of an embellishment on the bottom. Then I took some regular jute cord and just hot glued it onto the back so that I could use it as a hanging piece. And then I took a popsicle stick and glued that across the top just to kind of give it some extra reinforcement and hold it on there. And that is it. That's all for this project. It came out so cute, and it was, mostly Dollar Tree items, and what wasn't Dollar Tree cost me $1 at Dollar General. So either way, it was $1. And like I said, I just took the popsicle stick, and this is just one of the smaller, regular size ones that they sell at Dollar Tree, and put it there just to hold, give it some extra reinforcement on that jute cord. And that was it. That is it for this cute little project. And next project, I've had this metal hanging basket thing that I got at not a Dollar Tree, at a thrift store. Again, I've had these things for a while now. They've just kind of sat downstairs in my craft room, and I haven't done anything with them. But I was debating whether I wanted to use some yellow ribbon or this lace ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. And because this is a Dollar Tree DIY challenge, I decided to go with the lace, and I liked the way it looked better anyway. So I just took the lace ribbon and put it through the little holes just to give it a little bit of an embellishment, just to add something to it because it was kind of plain. So I added the little lace ribbon in there, and I thought it came out adorable. So I think it added just enough touch, and it's not real girly and not too frilly because the lace is kind of plain, I guess. Then I just took some hot glue to kind of hold that piece in place there, and that was, all I did for the lace part. And I had used a little piece of the popsicle stick to hold it in there. I mean, to push it in there because I couldn't find my finger protector things. So I just took a piece of the popsicle stick that I cut off and pushed it on there, and it worked just fine. So then I found these sunflowers at the Dollar Tree, and they had the yellow and they had the orange, and I was gonna get all yellow, but I'm not a big fan of yellow. But I got one bunch of the yellow and one bunch of the orange, and I figured, if I would have gotten the all yellow, they would have been good for the summer because when I see sunflowers, I think of summer, but I think the orange ones kind of give it a fall vibe, so I like that. So I found these little scarecrows at the Dollar Tree, and they had little sunflowers on the hats, and I thought that was perfect, so I grabbed those. And I'm just using the one with the blue hat because I thought the orange was just a little bit too much orange. So I arranged little two things of flowers in there and the scarecrow, and I just got some paper and crumbled it up and put it in there. It was just some notebook paper that was sitting around, so I put it in there so it could hold the flowers in there. You're not going to see it, so that worked out. So yeah, I just, kind of arranged them the way I wanted them. Then again, I've used the stickers again, and I took the truck with the sunflowers. I thought just added a little cute touch there, and I just put that on there, and that was it for this. So we're gonna go back to the windowsill that's now dry. Got the 3 little flower pots that I got from the thrift store. I pre-cut some of the what's it called, the styrofoam or the flower foam that you get from Dollar Tree. Just because it's so messy, I cut it outside and had them ready. Then these sunflowers are the smaller size that they have at the Dollar Tree, and there's 9 in this pack, so that was perfect. And I just kind of straightened out the little wire pieces on the bottom, and I'm gonna put 3 in each of my little terracotta pots. Like I said, these things are so cute. They're tiny, and they're perfect for the pots. So I'm gonna straighten out the little wire pieces, and I kind of made a mistake here. I put them in here first and then realized that I wanted to do a little bit extra, so I ended up having to take them all out again. And I was gonna cut this, when I edit it, but I just left it in, so it's no big deal. I had them all arranged in there, and then I realized, oh, I wanted to do something else. So, and my camera cut off at that point. So, at that point, I realized, oh, I wanted to use these little leaves that I had found at Target Dollar Spot. And so, when I realized that, then I had to pull out all the flowers again, which is no big deal. I just pulled them all out. I thought maybe I could get the little leaves on there while they were still in the pot, but yeah, that wasn't working. I had to pull them all out, and then I just cut up. And this, I don't know what this set was. It was like um, a balloon vine set. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but the little vine was, I guess, to hold the balloon. So I just took the little vine, I cut pieces that fit onto the little wire stem, and I just hot glued them on there. And I don't think I showed all of that. No, I didn't. So you're not going to see me, gluing all of them on there because it was pretty time consuming because it was so small. But yeah, I just took some hot glue and I put it onto the stem, and I glued the little leaves onto the stem, and I thought it was the perfect little touch for these sunflowers. And it actually just, I mean, it made it pop, and it gave it the look that I was going for. So once I'm done gluing the little leaves on there, I thought that the pots needed something because you could still see the little the foam in there. So I got some of the reindeer moss from Dollar Tree and just put a little bit in each pot to kind of cover up the foam in there, and it came out adorable. And although I love this one, I still think that the little mason jar one is my favorite, although this is probably the second favorite of the 3. So yeah, once I was done with that, it was perfect. I put the little leaves on there, put the green moss in there, and that completed the look, and it was exactly how I wanted it. And all I did was put them in there. Then I added a piece of jute twine to the back so that I could hang it. And that's optional. And if you don't, obviously you may not have one of those wood frame window pane things, because I just so happened to find that at a Goodwill or thrift store. But you can also just get like one of the smaller picture frames from the Dollar Tree, and just make the little cross with popsicle sticks or any kind of other sticks, skewers, whatever you have, and make the little flower box, and just maybe get a little, what are those things called? Those little K-cups, a used K-cup, paint it the color of a terracotta pot, and you can just add the little flowers in there, and that would work perfect if you don't have, obviously, you may not have these pieces. So, they sell K-cups, so even if you don't have, what's the machine? I don't have one, but the K-cup machine, whatever that's called, they have the little K-cups at the Dollar Tree, and I think there's like 3 or 4, maybe a few more in the pack. You can buy those, empty them out, and then use them as little flower pots if, like I said, if you don't have the machine. And yeah, that's all you had to do for that one. And like I said, I think this came out so adorable. And, for a couple of bucks, you got yourself a cute little piece to put up on your wall. And I mean, you can transition it. It can be fall, it can be summer. You can put little Christmas trees on there in the winter, put little lights on it so it looks like you decorated your window for Christmas. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this, and I think it's just adorable. They're just so cute. And yeah, that's it. And once like I said, once I finished putting all the little decorations together, I just took a piece of jute twine, I hot glued it to the back, and I hung it up. And again, that's optional. You can do that, or you can sit the piece like on your table or on a shelf. That'd be really cute if it was just sitting like on a shelf somewhere. But I decided to hang mine, and I'm not decorating for fall just yet, but I think when I do decide to decorate for fall, I'm gonna make like a little wall with all my little decor that I've made and stuff that I've had previously. I don't really do a whole lot of decorating for fall, but with these cute pieces, I think that I'm just gonna go ahead and, put some extra stuff up this year. You can even put this on your door. Any of these can go on your door and be perfect. So that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some inspiration. And until the next time, be the reason someone smiles. Bye, guys.